Good morning, people. Papa Joe here. I'm gonna do a little video of the property. There's Robert showing up. Looks like he got Lakota with him. I'm gonna do a series of videos and probably have Little Joe splice them together later. So I'm not sure when it'll get up. But and you'll get paused a lot. There's some of the trees that they had cut down, and I told them leave them tall so we get them out with a backhoe. You can see behind them right there where that's our scrap metal that's been gathered up around here. Gonna touch off a fire or two. Grab your propane, let's set this brush pile on fire. Down yonder, if you can see it, is the hog trap. My main thing right now is the hogs have been coming up here closer to the house, and that's what I'm going to show you today. And I'm hoping this weekend that young couple that is trying to trap them, oh my goodness, if they tore me up over there. And they're getting farther and farther now. The young man works odd schedules, and we agreed to trip the trap if he couldn't make it over here. See where they're tearing me up there? Just on the other side of the berm they've worked it. Well, there's one right there. That's where they was rooting in there. All that tore up dirt's from the hogs. And we was just getting this where it was mowable. And this other side over here, we walk over here. No washout. Well, them hogs been getting up here too. So they're walking around here from one to the other. Redneck match. You want to touch that big one off down there? Yeah. Is that one gonna burn, it look like? Yeah. Good. Boy, they tearing me up, son. See all that? And we have other places on the back of the property where they've tore me up. See, now I have to pay Lakota to be out here and rake that all down and flatten that all out. And then next week, there'll be part of it tore up again. There's the pond. You ain't seen it in a while. Fire's going, and they're on their way down there to that next one. I'm gonna have them set a few fires, but there you go. That's just a beginning of this. I think there'll be a few more episodes going on. We've got several brush piles around here where they've been gathering them up, where they've cut stuff, let it die so it'll burn. All right, talk at me later. God loves you. So do I. Bye. Well, he just fired up the weed eater. I didn't get a chance to Do a whole lot to it. Robert, let's get into some of the weeds. Let's get into some heavy stuff from my video.
Alright.
And let them see that blade that's on that thing. If it stops, there it is. There's the blade on it. That's what I was telling y'all about. It's got a little four corner. Now you can see how big that weeds are there. While he's doing that today, Lakota's over there raking on the mounds. That's some of them stump mounds. Gotta rake them down to get it where we can mow there. And that's what they're both gonna be doing today. He's gonna be smoothing that out, and Robert's gonna be doing this. You can see it's going to town. It's cut through all that shit. Before, he wouldn't have been a foot or two in with that other weed eater. Hey, Lakota, bring your rake. Hold up. Lakota, try to pull some of that out. I was hoping you wouldn't have to do that, but try to pull it out and show him what he's done. What you hear there is he's hitting a little bit of wood in there. All right, I'm gonna leave you boys to it. That's a beast, ain't it?
Oh yeah. Shoot, that's nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I did that.
All right, folks. Another part of the videos. I told you it'd be several of them. You can hear he just slowed down out there, showing you the difference we made, or well, they've made. I ain't done none of the damn work. Ain't no need lying about it. I told him to cut around that wood pile last. I have my reasons. I had planned on having Lakota work on some of the rutting from the pigs. They burnt that big old wood pile down there, brush pile. It's now gone. But it turned out cutting the big weeds like he was, he had to stick closer to Robert to help get rid of the stuff, the tall weeds. Robert was cutting the weeds down that was over his head. So Lakota had to get him out of the way to cut the next batch. He raked that one down. That was one of the stump grinding deals. You can see where he weed-eated all around this. That's where he was doing that demo at. And he only worked on this corner to show y'all how it worked. And if you'll look back in the video, you'll see where this was one big brush pile. You've seen it in several of the videos. And he has uncovered 2 or 3 more stumps. Now look at them big wood piles in the back. All them weeds growed up around them. He'll be tackling all that stuff later. But as you can see, a lot of this now we will be able to mow. And that's the whole goal, is to have it where we can mow. That's some kind of a water weed that he's cutting there. And man, they can get to be a pain in the butt. That's another stump right there. There's his wheelbarrow full. Well, I hope he makes it with it. That ain't heavy. It's just an awkward load. And I got my sunglasses on. I assume you can see them. Yeah, you can see. And he's taking it up to that brush pile. Which later on they'll be up there weed eating around that one. Actually, in a little bit they'll be trying to burn that one. Or at least parts of it. That one, we had burned it earlier this summer, and for some reason it decided not to burn right. It just didn't want to burn it off. There he goes, he dumped it. Now that way you hear that thing running, it's supposed to run that way.
Leaps and bounds.
Leaps and bounds. That's so much better than that other one.
Oh yeah.
And what'd you find? 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 stumps?
Yeah, there's one right there.
Yeah, that little one, I heard you hit it a while ago. And this one, that one, there's one over there. So, all right, folks, take a quick look. Because hopefully next time I come out, he's done knocked a whole bunch of that stuff down. Them little ones, where this weed eater's going, it's going to eat right through them. It'll take him a minute on them bigger ones. But take a good look at all this. Next time I film it, I hope to see drastic changes. Remember, God loves you, so do I. Lakota, he loves picking up weeds. He's the picker-upper guy. He's trying to ignore me, but I'm going to shut this off and harass the hell out of him. Bye. Yeah, that started easy. All right, folks, they took a little break. We shot the bull for a minute. Look at these little pig tracks. I fired it up to show you the damage here. This is the deer cut I've showed you numerous times. And Lakota just raked us out 2 weeks ago, whatever it was. And there's more on back behind that brush pile. And damn hogs are tearing me up. So I hope we get his trap figured out. Alright. He done fired up over there. Lakota's over here cleaning up where they just, all that where Lakota is, that was 2 or 3 foot over his head. It was tall. Wind's blowing today, it's 51 degrees, and that's warmed up from what it was. Good working weather. Gonna see just how fast it takes him to knock that down. Because that's his goal now. As I had him start up there on the road that comes down this way, cleaning up down through here. I had him stop where he was going around the pond there. That'll be later on. And I want him to start getting out all these piles, which several of them are mulch piles. Some of them I ain't exactly sure what they are, but this is our goal, is to get these Goodness. But our goal is to get the weeds knocked down so we can find out exactly what all these piles are. We know a couple of them were piles from where we had burnt logs when we had this cut. And they'd piled logs and brushes. Good proper English. Now don't try to cut them. Good, thank you. So now Lakota will go through there. When he's done over here, he'll work his way over to that one. And Robert! Hey! Okay, he's going on. There's flowers over here Mama didn't want cut. And as you can see, that's where he was just working. Robert! He can't hear over that. Let's see, where were those at? Oh, right here. Hey! Don't forget Mama Spider Lilies, okay.
That's the reason why I jumped away from there.
Yeah, I was hollering, but you couldn't hear me. Yeah. See, that's another mulch pile right there, where he ground up a big stump. And we couldn't mow around it, and it got all them damn weeds growing around it. So he's gonna knock down the weeds, and then we break these down. I guess we should have a long time ago, but I thought I had other plans for the mulch, which did not materialize fast enough. And he just keeps getting into the wood. Hear that? Hear that? That's wood. I think he needs to quit on this side and go to the other side and attack it. That's what you was hitting.
Yeah, oh yeah. I was just trying to clear over the top of it.
Well, I could hear it. I couldn't see what you was hitting.
That's the reason why I didn't get mowed.
Exactly. And another one. I don't know if y'all heard him or not, but he was saying that's the reason it didn't get mowed. And that's exactly it. While they was on the break, we was talking about the island there. And next weekend, they get to tackle the island, clean it up, weed eat it real good. And then we're gonna do what is it, a weed and feed or seed and feed or something. Yeah, I think he needs to go from the other side, but I don't want to be telling him how to do it. He's over there seeing what he has, and there you go. See, there was a big tree I didn't see in there. Oh. Well, luckily it's too cold for snakes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And now Lakota will come behind him and get a bunch of that weed and stuff and this wood and get it to a burn pile. And this video's been going almost 8 minutes, and it has not been all him weed eating. Now he's coming around to this side. So you can see he took this big pile of weeds down in well under 10 minutes. You can see there where the hogs have been over here. You reckon there's any sticks in there?
Maybe one or two.
One or two? Well, that would less than 10 minutes to do that pile. This video's been going 9 minutes and 16 seconds. And that was not all you weed eating that pile. So well under 10 minutes on that one pile.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Now all it's got to do is get raked up. And...
Picked up, yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
And that right there can be mowed.
Right.
Knock that little down.
Yeah, this would be mobile. And
Oh, yeah.
that little pile behind you, I guess you're hitting it next.
Yeah.
I got a feeling it's the same thing, but hell, I already see the sticks in it.
Yeah.
All right, folks, I'm going to cut this part off and I'll video more later. Remember, God loves you, so do I. Bye. All right, there we go. I just cut you off, but Robert came to this pile I showed you before he even got started.
Yeah.
Now look at all this. Now that's nothing but wood in there. Oh. Lakota, come give him a hand a minute.
Bring the wheelbarrow.
So as you can, oh, I have my finger over the camera. That won't
So they
help
couldn't
much.
see, as you can't
well, they
see.
seen part of it, part of my finger. But yeah, let's watch them a few minutes and see just how much wood And this is what they've been dealing with. And I say they, it's because these two boys have been doing all this. You got a whole stack of wood here, buddy.
Yeah.
Help him just grab it out of here.
Pick it up and throw it in the wheelbarrow.
Might as well. I'll get back out of the way. I don't get too damn close at work. I might break out in a sweat. Or I might even start feeling guilty about not helping. No, that won't happen. Oh. Time you get the wood out of here, that's a log.
Hardly anything to weed eat.
Yeah, there won't be much left to weed eat.
Oh yeah. There's already a skunk hole.
You got a skunk hole? Well, let's show them what a skunk hole looks like. Yep, sure enough. Can you see that hole going down under that? All that stuff, folks? Right there. He just cleaned it out for you. That's a skunk hole. Anybody want a skunk? Just say so in the comments. I'll let Robert catch him and send him to you. Or something. What'd y'all do to that skunk we seen up at your place? Your daddy go get him? Or did he hope he ran away? Did you tell him about it?
No.
No? You was afraid he'd send you after him, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah? Uh-huh. Don't worry, if your daddy don't abuse you, I will.
I sure count on that. That's the only reason why he comes.
Hell, if I abuse him much more, he'll start working for free. I just come for the abuse. Now, folks, they just filled that wheelbarrow up. Plus, there's some over there. And they're still digging out little stuff. Stomp in there. Is there something in there?
No, that's all.
Okay, that's all weeds. Good.
That's all weeds.
Well, half your pile's gone now.
Oh, yeah.
Now he can weed eat that shit.
No problem.
I don't know why Lakota's over here. He ain't done with that he was working on over there. What's up with that? You thought Robert having all the fun? All right, folks, I'm cutting you off again. As you can see, let me come back to this view you originally had of it. Now look at that pile. That pile's more than half gone. All right, God love you. So do I. Bye. All right, folks, Papa Joe here. Sunday afternoon. Boys busted butt yesterday. You can see that pile burnt down. Still smoking today. And I can't see the screen on this with the reflection and all. There was another pile way down yonder that they had burnt. It's gone. Now, earlier I could see it smoking. Don't necessarily see it smoking. Now, if you remember yesterday morning, boy, I can see where them pigs tore that up over there again, farther back. If you remember looking out across there yesterday, there was some big piles. And I'm gonna walk back there to show you what they got accomplished. No, I don't walk fast. So, oh man, them pigs were in here last night and tore it up. They didn't double it, but I can see where they was in here more. Over there a little more, not much more over there, but well, yeah, over by that wood pile, they tore that up more. Now later on, that young couple that put that trap out was supposed to come over, if I understand correctly. I see corn in there, so they didn't go in there to eat the corn. All of the side of this washout here, if you'll look at yesterday's, well, earlier in the video you seen it, because Joe's gonna put these all together. but he got all this knocked down. Right down there in that a natural runoff creek there. He got that done. I think I shared some videos of that part. You look way over yonder, you can see where they spread out some of the milling, the grindings from the stump grinding. Now those was also piles there with weeds and all that stuff. So he got in there and cut the weeds, and they hauled a bunch of it up there to that pile. Which that pile, he said he had cut all around it too, so anything you see around that pile directly in front of me, that's the clippings from all this stuff. Yeah, he found like 5 more stumps right in here. They're rotting out pretty good. He did not make it over here into the deer cut, but that's okay. Let me ease on over this way. Show you a little bit of what we're up against. My sister-in-law came over yesterday, and she hadn't been here in quite a while, so we rode back here for her to check it out. And she's seen some volunteer trees growing up that Robert was almost ready to cut down, and she wanted them, so she took home 14 or 15 trees, anywhere from 2 foot up to about 8 foot tall. Now that was one of them piles, and he's gonna rake it out some more. They're just getting too close to quitting time. A little more wood in there to pick up, not much. A couple pieces he came across when he was raking it out. That's almost how we need it. It's getting a lot closer. Get a little more wood out of it. That is not a brush pile there. That is all part of the bank of the pond. So that should mostly just be cut, and I don't think there'll be much brush in there. I'm sure they'll find something. This was another one. I think I videotaped him cutting this one down and hollered at Lakota to come help him clean it up. Now this was a big monster one. I mean, it was big. And he worked on it quite a bit. Let me light this cigarette. Now we thought that this was going to be one large brush pile, and it's really not. We've got a little bit of wood in here. There's some, a couple stragglers out here, a couple pieces over there. We've got some longer logs up there, but mostly this is mounds of dirt, where he just pushed up mounds of dirt. Oh, now I don't know if it was the guy had doing the grade work, or if it was the timber company that had that guy pushing stuff, but somebody pushed up mounds of dirt. So next weekend, Robert's him and Lakota's gonna be throwing all this stuff into one general area up there, take chainsaw, cut some of it up a little bit, and burn what we can right here. And all we can do for now is to try to smooth out some of these little bumps and hills in here so that we can mow it. I don't know when I'll get a backhoe in here, but that's what we need to really work this. Our goal right now is to get it where we can keep it mowed. I would dearly love to have a backhoe in here and pretty this up a lot better than what it is, but that is not on my budget right now. Well, as you can see, there's little bits of wood in there, but even more dirt. They kicked some weed butt yesterday. Now that's one I was telling you he had cut. From back there, it really didn't look like it. But you can tell from here that he did cut it. and they've been piling all them tall weeds that they've cut on top of it. So hopefully that will get burnt next weekend. Now here's the same scenarios back there. Now they quit here because they ran out of time. I'm fine with that. They'll have to clean up the weeds. You can see how tall the weeds were. But more so, look at the piles of dirt. Where we thought we had large piles of wood that the cutters had stacked up and all that stuff. Now we have large mounds of dirt. So all we can do is get the weeds out of here, try to sort the wood out from the dirt, and see what we can do with it. I don't know exactly what'll happen. Which that makes me wonder what's going to happen when we get into that far one over there. So, but you can see Michael's camper back there, and he's looking down here on the pond. So as soon as we get that pile of weeds knocked down, he'll have a fairly decent view of the pond up there. Matter of fact, since I'm this close, it won't take me that long to walk on up here. Michael might want to share this with some of his people where they can see what he's got going. I know he shared some pictures. And no, I'm not trying to look at this camera to see what I'm recording. I'm watching on walking. Sometimes that's a challenge. Luckily, I don't have any bubble gum. Now we're going to settle that trailer in a little bit better. That was just how we got it to get it here. We've got a little bit more stuff to do to it to get it set up where it's nice, safe, sound, all that good stuff. Now, you see how close I am to him. So basically from his front door, you can see what he's, and I'm going to raise this up some. So once we get some of these mounds knocked down, them weeds knocked down, he's going to have a pretty good view of the island down there in the pond, which won't be all bad. And I'm sure he'll be getting to watch deer and stuff here in the field. Now I was mentioning the wood and dirt, and you seen what the boys drug out of that area they was cleaning up back there for his personal picnic, for Michael's picnic area. Look at that metal. Probably another barrel. But look at all that dirt from this side. Look at that big piece of metal right there on top. But it's getting there. You know, we're finding out what we're dealing with, and we're getting there. Now you can see on this side where they worked it pretty good yesterday. He cut that down real good. And they just pushed all the weeds and stuff. I see quite a bit of wood in there. This is that one we had tried burning a while back and had issues with it. So we shall see. I got a feeling we ain't gonna have issues with it burning this time. You can see where we'd burn it right down there, and it didn't want to take off. So anyhow, leaps and bounds, baby steps and leaps and bounds. We're used to taking the baby steps, but I tell you what, I felt like yesterday was leaps and bounds. So, all right, I'm gonna do one more recording, hopefully this afternoon. That young man with a hog trap, he gets off work today. He works a rotating schedule. So I'm hoping He had said he was going to try to come out tonight and set the trap because the next couple of days he's off. And we shall see if he shows up. If he does, I'm going to attempt to record him if he'll go for it. And we'll talk about his hog trap over there, what modifications he's made, and a couple of different things like that. But yeah, overall it was a good day yesterday. They got some stuff kicked out. All right, folks, I'm gonna shut this down, and he's on up to the house. Kick back a little bit. Grandma's a bit under the weather. I don't want to stay out and gone too long. She was napping when I walked out here. There's a good view of my pond and a nice peaceful Sunday afternoon. Look how flat and calm that is. Stop walking a minute. Maybe I can see what I'm recording. No, I can't. But that's the island. That's something else I'm hoping to get worked on next week. Somebody's gonna get to wait out there and we'd eat that down real good. And we're gonna do that feed and seed on it, which is a grass seed, but it also has a fertilizer for the weeds, which will make them grow super fast and burn out. And that's what I hope happens. And I'd originally planned on putting a bridge here. Probably gonna try to go over there where it's a little closer. We shall see. I don't know. I ain't at that stage yet. Picnic area over here still got a lot of work to be done to it, but that's okay. Oh, and there's his trap. Hopefully we'll discuss that later. There's one of my big wood piles. There's my washout. What do you think of that big old tree there? It had looked pretty good, but boy, it's looking pretty rough. I don't know if I'm gonna keep him or cut him. There's a couple pretty big widowmakers up there. I ain't sure. And that bottom ain't looking good at all. I might want to cut him. All right, folks, that's enough for now. God loves you, so do I. I'm gonna ease right back up there to that little brick house and call it home. Why not? All right, God love you, so do I. Bye. Hey folks, how you doing? Papa Joe here. Them youngins are on their way. As you can see, this is the recycle bin. The majority of this stuff is stuff that we have picked up off the property. And we got a recycling place right down the road, so eventually I'll get it down there to them. I'm kicking up something here. Baby food jar. Barrels. You know, the water heater came out of the house. Our old one went out. And over there on the other side is a little more stuff that we're recycling out of our stuff. The treadmill and the barbecuer. That barrel, I don't know, it came from here somewhere. That wind up there, that's gonna get used on something else. There's some plow points that we dug up. Those will get used in some art deco. The pipes and the sheet metal, that's gonna actually get used. You can see a bunch of the bricks and stuff back there that we've dug up around here. That'll get reused. And the kids just pulled up. There's my pig hunters. I'm gonna pause you for a minute so I don't just blindside them with the video. Hey there. Go ahead and start my recording here. Well folks, I walked over here with them. You can see where they've been tearing it up. Oh, and that other side over there, it's damn near doubled since you was here. Oh, Now last night my boy had this propped open.
Well,
That's what he had came down because he was trying to get the hogs to go in and out. And Mama had put some corn out here, a pile of corn, so they're eating the corn.
Yeah, they're eating.
But my boy was telling me, he said, Daddy, I think that's the kind they're supposed to push and go open. I said, well, I'm sure they are, but was concerned about different things. He said, well, I'm going to prop it open, see if they'll go in and out and get used to the cage. So I don't know how he propped it open.
probably that stick.
That's what I'm thinking.
My concern is, being if we do go back to this one using the way it's supposed to be used, we'll probably put that spring, just use this to help.
Yeah, 'cause this is a tight spring there.
But if it stays open all the time, it's just going to get stretched out like a trampoline spring.
Right, right. Well, and you are Jesse. James, I was close. And
Ashton.
I'm terrible on names, kids. Don't mind me. Now, he bought this trap here just for coming out here. They're new at this hog trapping. So they are trying to educate themselves. Now, the principle of this cage, this kind of trap, is supposedly they just push it open and go in, and it closes behind them, correct?
Yes, sir.
And you have modified it with the weight and whatnot?
Hoping that they never get a small one.
Right.
They'll be able to get in, hit the cord, make it shut off.
Okay. And you and I had talked when you first brought it out, was concerned about because hogs are smarter than most people think.
Oh yeah, we don't judge either. We eat the small ones too.
Right, right, right.
We got a live one there.
Right? Yeah, but he ain't got no real weight to him.
No,
There ain't nothing to him.
you just know on bones.
Right? All right, folks, what he's doing there, and I wasn't looking, he has modified his trap with this weight up here to pull it closed quicker and to hopefully hold it closed. Now you can see he's got a string run from it over to the door, one off of the rope.
They ain't got all that weight. Tension on them. A little more slack.
So what he's got set up is, if you see that string in the bottom with the corn there, they come in to eat the corn and trip that string right there, that wood that he's worked on, or he's working on, it goes up there to the top, and that will pull it down, which will let that, there's a spring on that door that will try to close. And then with that weight he has put on there will assist it in closing, hopefully quickly, and not letting them, hogs are smarter than people think, and we're afraid they would get their nose up under that door and try to pull it open, you know, or some such stuff. So he's hoping that weight will help to prevent that. So now, how many days do you get off? I know you got a wild schedule.
If it don't get called in, it should be 4 days.
Okay, so you basically work 4 and 4?
Yes, sir.
You working 10-hour shifts?
12 hour.
12 hour?
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, you make big bucks for Mama.
Yes, sir.
Shit, you better keep him. You got some that won't even work an hour a day.
I'm very blessed to have the job that I do.
There you go. I understand. Have you all been on my YouTube channel at all?
No, sir.
You're going to say you ain't got time. You're working and going to school and chasing pigs. I got you.
We're going to go. I'm busy doing a lot of stuff. Working with truck because I'm starting a random multiple misfire code.
Oh. And when they start throwing codes, I quit working on them.
Well, we got a programmer that's supposed to tell us. I already placed the ignition, the coil packs, the spark plug wires.
Boy, that's a hair trigger if I ever seen one. Well, when they started setting them motors in there sideways and they look like a sewing machine, I quit working on vehicles.
Oh yeah, everything's electronic now.
Yeah, electronic and computer, and I do good to run this tablet.
But that's the way the world's going, you know, everything's going electronic.
Oh yeah. Well, trucking, we got that electronic ELD mandate coming up, and I've made a few videos about it. Oh, there are a lot of the old dinosaurs that are tripping. So, luckily I just went to them a couple years ago, so I'm used to them. I done figured out you either got to adapt or get left behind. Now he's baiting them a little bit there to get them where they'll find that front door. So this is the only place that you're trying to catch them right now? Or you got a couple? No, a couple places. This is it? Right, right. But you've been an avid hunter and all that all your life, I presume.
Most of those rabbits and squirrels, I get them.
Right. Well, I'm seeing that's how I was. I never had time to go deer hunting. And where I came from, we didn't have hog problems. We raised our own hogs. Now, didn't you tell me her family's hog hunters and deer hunters?
Oh, yeah,
and
we're hunters.
yeah. So why are you even out here, man? You need to be at the house watching TV and let her do it.
Get too much pride for that.
Oh, that pride now. You sound like a Christian, man. You know what the Bible tells you about that pride.
Well, I don't want to be demasculated, you know. Why do I do it?
Right. Well, folks, this is the young couple that's trying to catch the pigs out here. And hopefully they will shoot a little video on their phone or something if they catch a pig. And we can show it to you down the road. Y'all remember, God loves you and so do I. Have a blessed week. And share this video with everybody. Hit the like button. Bye. All right, folks, Papa Joe back. I thought I was done with this weekend's videotaping. We've been walking around talking and looking, and he has decided he wants to come over and trip this and see how it's going to work and play with it. And I said, well, hold up and let's show them. So do whatever you want to do, brother. Now there's the cord. And now he has a spring on that door, and he is curious. Well, that's pretty tight with that pipe there. And that tripped pretty easy, didn't it? Wasn't that pretty much a hair trigger?
Sure.
Which that's what you really want. And they tell me that when a hog is startled, they charge forward. So hopefully if that gate hits him in the butt, he'll charge forward. So, and not backwards. If he goes backwards, we got problems. Now, is that all you gonna do to her?
No, I just want to see her shut, so we took the spring off.
Right.
I want to stretch the spring out, the door sitting open all the time, just in case we end up going forward with use it the way it's intended to be used. But they're shut. Yeah, it's going to take a lot of force to get it open, so hopefully they won't get the nose underneath it.
Okay.
Escape.
Yeah, and that was my whole thing. People don't realize how smart pigs are, and I was afraid if they're in there for any amount of time, they would calm down and then start saying, all right, how do we escape?
Also, the good thing with that is, you know, when the door shuts, even if they get it open a little bit, as soon as they let go, man, it's going to
Slam shut again. So if they back up to get another grip. All right, folks, that's it. You got to see him trip it. Y'all have a good day. Remember, God loves you and so do I. Bye.